Okay, this is gonna be a very quick build overview. There's plenty of mainstream streamers and content creators that made similar Poison's Concussion, corpsewade builds already, so if you want more in-depth, you should probably look this up. But TLDR, you want a Widow Hail, you wanna have reach 270 bonus from equipped quivers. If you're less than that, you will need to equip Ewel's that gives quiver effect. So you hit to 350 with the 3 knots. Each 50 effect of quiver will give one more level from your additional projectile skills on the quiver. But yeah, just getting a Widow Hail with 270 bonus saves you the socket and cost for getting a Ewel with quiver effect. The rest of Ewels shall be evasion and the magnitude of poison, because that's your main damage, and any other stats. I opt for resistance because you are running quite heavy units and specific gear, so the more rest you get, the better. And yeah, you slot in whatever, and as much evasion as possible, as Queen of the Forest makes any other movement speed source beside itself do nothing, so all your movement speeds can come from evasion. So unless you spec heavily into evasion, run heavy evasion gear, you're not gonna move very fast. And as you're running a corpsewade boots, you have one slot less that gives evasion. It's fairly low evasion rate, well rather it's no evasion on the boots at all, so normally you will have like 800 evasion boots, but you can't have that because corpsewade is your main damage for single target and clear, so they are quite mandatory. Yeah. For mapping, instead of Sanctum running, you want to have a quiver with increased damage. The corruption, that is. That will help your Poisonous Concussion clear faster. It will have higher damage, because after the nerfed, well, change, damage with both skills no longer affect Poisonous Concussion's damage. So you need to have a corrupted quiver with increased damage. The more important stats of the quiver is +2 to bow gems, well, practice gems, and the corruption. And dexterity, so you can hit your gear requirement to have stuff on. Other than that, it doesn't really matter what you get on the quiver. For amulets, you wanna have plus to minion gems, because that will boost your single target when you do the weapon swap to the scepter with the plus gems, and that's pretty much it. Rest is like evasion gear rest, whatever. Some chaos damage you can fit it in. And yeah, that's it. You need 150 spirit when you have your bow equipped. Unless you have spirit on gear, you can actually socket two 15 spirit each runes in the bow itself, so that will help you reach it. So you could technically drop a little bit of spirit to the amulet to get the price down. And your offhand, you wanna reach, I think it's 280-ish spirit to get 4 brutes out at the same time. Skeleton brutes 4, and sacrifice and cast on minion. If you have a 6 linked cast on minion death, you wanna have the support gem that gives shock magnitude as a last socket. I couldn't be asked, so I haven't fixed that yet. And potentially you can use the mace in offhand instead, that gives +3 minion levels. If you have it corrupted to 4, even better. That will be higher damage, but this is much cheaper. But yeah, that's it. That's the build breakdown. Sockets and stuff is in the buffer building. Now for a map showcase. Oh yeah, for mapping you have to swap Vine Arrow for Contagious. The links in Contagious is Arcane Temple, Swift Affliction, Magnified Effect, and Intense Agony. It's important that you set it to be on weapons at 1. So when you do the weapon swap, you have a skill, in my case Contagious, to swap back to your main hand, so you go back to your bow equipment. So if I curse, I go to the second weapon, summon my boots, and then I have to cast Contagious to get back to the bow.
This is all in your head.
Basically, you get your initial poison card going, and then you spam Contagious for clear. Everything just melts around. Get a rare, swap the curse, get instant die from the brutes, and keep going. You see Contagious clears it very well. In very dense areas, it will do like screed Y AoE as soon as you hit your Contagious. When you get to a bridge, you can pre-cast your weapon swap if you want to get the initial poison build up before you activate it. Doesn't matter too much. But after that, you're supposed to be able to spam Contagious and everything else. Yeah, that's pretty much to it. You see, like, swap into the brute, it instantly opposes.
Prepare yourself.
But yeah, overall, it's an okay mapper. It has very good clear, but the drawback by using Queen of the Forest is that you can't run acrobatics, and without acrobatics, big AoE slams will actually kill you, so you'll have to dodge them instead of running a acrobatics build where you can pretty much face tank everything. So if you want to really use content, you're probably better off dropping the Queen of the Forest, spec out of the bottom side here, and spec into like movement speed not in the tree. You're gonna be slower, but you're gonna be like, I don't know, 8 times as tanky. But for like regular mapping without Giga using, with like, I don't know, 5 watchtowers or Giga use and whatnot, it's a decent mapper. You should be able to do most things. Oh yeah, obviously, if you're running a non-sanctum build on this, you should definitely swap the rings out and belts and whatnot, helmet for rarity gear. You wanna hit like 80 to like 150 rarity, somewhere in between. That's the ideal number. Yeah, that's it. See you.